Okay, here it says if half a dozen of donuts cost $14.28, what is the cost per donut? And this is a unit rate problem. Unit rate means out of one. So we know that half a dozen, and half a dozen, how many donuts would that be? We know that a dozen is 12. Half of 12 is 6, so I mean 6 donuts. They cost $14.28. The question is asking what is the cost per donut. Per means one donut. I'm just going to put here 1. So whenever you guys see a rate, and our rate's right here, I'm just going to circle our rate, cost per donut, I'm going to show you a strategy because sometimes some of my students get confused and they don't know what to divide. Whenever you see any rate, and you'll know it's a rate because it has the word per, you know it's a unit rate. What we're going to do, we're going to replace the word per with a division sign because the word per is giving you the rate. So the cost per donut, that is telling you that we're going to take the total number or the cost and we're going to divide it by the donuts. Okay? So that's very important. The word per is giving you the unit rate. So cost per donut would be the same as the cost divided by the donut. All we're going to do, we're going to replace the word per with a division sign. So do you guys see this word per? We're going to take it out and we're going to replace that with a division sign. So now we're just going to put the cost over here and the donut over here. This tells you what we're going to be dividing. So let's start with the cost. So what is the cost? Well, the cost is $14.28. So we're going to put here 14.28. And we're going to divide that by the donuts. How many donuts are there in total? There were 6. So 14.28 divided by 6, that should give us our answer. If we were to see that as a fraction, that would be 14.28 over 6. Again, where did we get this from? We got it from our unit rate. Our unit rate is cost per donut. So that means that we're going to take the total, the cost, and we're going to divide it by the donuts. We're just going to replace this word per with a division sign. Okay? So let's go ahead and divide this. 14.28 goes in the box. And the 6 goes on the outside. Top number goes in the box. How many groups of 6 go into 14? That's 2, right? 6 times 2, that's 12. 14 minus 12, that's equivalent to 2. Now how many groups of 6 go into 2? We can't write, so we're going to put a decimal here. And we're going to bring one of these 2's down. How many groups of 6 go into 22? That would be equal to 18, right? 6 times 3 is 18. 22 minus 18 is borrow. 12 minus 8, that's 4. 1 minus 1 is 0. And let's bring that last 8 all the way down. How many groups of 6 go into 48? That is equivalent to 8. So we are left with a remainder of 0. So that means that one donut would cost $2.38. Now how can we check our answer? Well, we can check our answer by multiplying 238 times 6. And we multiply 238 times 6, we should get back $14.28. So if 6 donuts cost $14.28, the cost per donut would be $2.38. But this is probably the most important part that we got to remember. We're going to identify our unit rate. This is our unit rate, cost per donut. And we're going to we're going to replace the word per with the division sign. So the cost per donut, that's same as cost divided by donut. You guys see? The cost was $14.28. There were 6 donuts. But it's the same as cost over donut. It's giving you the rate. And then we're just going to divide. So just to practice a little bit more, let's do a few more examples. Using that same strategy I showed you guys right now. So let's say we're to be asked to find the unit rate. If there are a total of 20 sodas in 4 boxes, what are the number of sodas per box? So let's use that same strategy. Sorry, let me just fix that there. So what are the number of sodas per box? We're going to take this word per out, and we're going to replace it with division sign. So that means we got to divide the sodas by the boxes. So how many sodas are there? There's 20. 20. How many boxes are there? 4 boxes, so 20 divided by 4, that is equal to 5. Now if this helps, you could put 20 inside of the box, 4 outside. 4 times 5, that's 20. Same thing. It says a student reads 9 pages in 10 minutes. What is the number of pages per minute? So here's our unit rate, pages per minute. We're going to take the word per out, and we're going to put a division sign. So we're going to divide the pages by the minutes. So how many pages are there? 9 pages divided by how many minutes? 10 minutes. 9 divided by 10, that's the same as 9 over 10. Here's our rate. That's the same as the top number in the box and the bottom number outside. How many groups of 10 go into 9? That's 0. Let's put a decimal here, bring the 0 down. Groups of 10 go into 90, that would be 9. So our answer would be 0.9. So the student's reading less than a page per minute. They're reading 0.9 pages per minute. A factory makes 10 shirts and uses a total of 40 buttons. What is the number of buttons used per shirt? Let's identify our unit rate here. And so it's going to be buttons divided. Just replace the word per with shirts. So buttons, how many buttons are there? 40 buttons. And then divided by, we're going to replace the word per with division by shirts, by 10 shirts. So it's 40 divided by 10. That's the same as 40 over 10. And that is the same as top number in the box and bottom number outside. So it would be 4 shirts. I'm sorry, 4 buttons for every shirt. So the important part is this, that we remember that we identify our unit rate. We replace the word per with a division sign, and we go ahead and solve. Now it's just a strategy. Some of you that don't understand what goes in the box or what goes outside, or what we're dividing into equal groups, this might help you. We want to identify the unit rate, and the unit rate is going to tell us what we're going to be dividing by. Okay?